But we're back. We're
We're
back.
back.
Oh,
Anyway,
oh.
I don't really want to trade Jaylen. I just wanted everyone to get fired up. I was just setting up the
Well, last
comedy.
week there was a lot of trade Jaylen chatter. And listen, one game on a 50-point game and a 0-point game shouldn't be the end all be all
No.
on your opinion on a certain player or what the Celtics should do. We also need to remember that this was the Orlando Magic. So, I'm not trying to take anything away from a 50-point performance. I think you have to be extremely talented at basketball to do it, regardless of who it is. That being said, it was kind of the perfect storm of if you're going to get 50 points, this is probably the time to do it. You're playing against one of the worst teams in the league, and you're by far the go-to guy on the team. You needed to score 50 points tonight in order for the Celtics to win. That says more about the roster construction and maybe their overall health right now than it does about anything else.
And that, I guess that's where I come in on the whole trade Jaylen nonsense. If they were playing with better players around them and he was underperforming, yeah, you look at that. To me, the challenge is on Brad to put better players around those guys, him and Tatum. The guys around him aren't that good. They're okay. They're not great. They're not superstars. They're not guys that move the needle, and that's Brad's job to get guys who can move the needle. Because you've got two proven all stars. That's not even an issue.
Yeah, for sure.
But what do you have around them? Can you construct a roster that can, frankly, take advantage of what those guys do well, and get this team wins? And that, to me, that's the challenge.
Right, and what some people are saying, and I think maybe John might even fall into this side, is you're not necessarily. I mean, some people are, but some people are not. Some people want to trade Jaylen Brown not because so much of Jaylen Brown, but just because of everything else around them, right? And they're almost stuck at, is this the best they can get with these two guys, and is there any way out? And John,
but you're not going to be better if you move him.
You're not,
you're going to go from average to below average.
But if you don't move him, and he looks around and he says, this is the team I have to re-sign with, then you lose it for nothing, and then you're going through the whole Kyrie Irving, Al Horford, Gordon Hayward. Are you going to do that again, or are you going to try to get ahead of it? No one's saying trade Jaylen Brown because Jaylen Brown sucks.
I like I said, it's a little bit of trolling on my part, but nobody wants to trade Jaylen Brown. It's the dumbest thing ever. Everybody wants the Celtics to go get players around Tatum and Brown and the team be better, but
it's
the
not
entire
that simple.
The entire conversation revolves around you have no assets and no means by which to do this. So when you look down the road and see Jaylen's contract coming up in a little bit and decision time looming, and you haven't made the team better around them, you're in a tough predicament. It's not us saying that, like, the national perspective on what the Celtics will be forced to do in 15 months or so is a real decision on what they're going to do with Brown and Tatum, because their only means to possibly getting better might be to break them up and retool on the fly. Nobody wants to trade one of your. Nobody ever wants to trade a star.
On the fly
yes,
you trade one.
You have to do it on the fly, but nobody wants to trade a star in the hopes that the future assets you get in might be as good as him. You've already got it here. Right. You want to build around it. So it's a funny conversation. People get really, really, really triggered when you talk about it. Nobody thinks you're better today by trading Brown. It has nothing to do with being better today. It has to do with we've reached the end of our rope here. And recognize we might be in trouble and we might need a change. And this is the only thing we have of any value to anyone. There's these pipe dream scenarios where people are in this trade Marcus, trade whatever, and get the third star. That's not going to happen. It's never going to happen.